All right. Ugh. I get my ponytail under here. Okay. Welcome, everyone. Good morning. Morning. Good to see you. So this world, I like this world because I feel like we've never been here before. Sue, really? Really? Okay. Sure. Sure. Anyways, this world is called Yayoi Twilight Backside. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Like foils fly over in the sky. Something that you're never gonna see in real life. So today we'll be doing beginners Hatha, kind of focusing on foundations of yoga, not going too quickly. It'll still be challenging, and I'll offer some modifications to make it easier as well as a little bit harder. So you can kind of pick what you would like to do. But we will get started really quick here then. Does anyone have any questions? Also, hi, good morning, Lighthouse on YouTube. Okay, well, we'll get started in child's pose today. So beginning to arrive, we're going to step our knees as wide as our mats. Let me change my... And then reaching our arms up ahead. And I'm resting our foreheads down onto the mats. Starting to take in those deep breaths as we begin to arrive. Feeling the air fill up our lungs all the way. And pushing it out through our nose. From child's pose here, feel like you can stay here, or kind of waddle your hands out to the right here. A little bit of a side stretch. Maybe you can stack your left hand over your right. Take a few more breaths here. And walking the hands back into center. And then we'll walk them over to the left. Maybe stacking that right hand on top. Might feel a bit of a stretch in your right side body. And bring the hands back to center. We'll do a baby camel. Just walk your hands behind you. Point your fingers forward. You can drop your controllers here. And then inhale, dropping your hips to the sky. If you like, you can let your head hang back a little bit. Pushing our hips, our chest forward, and rolling the shoulders back. And then exhale, coming back down to child's pose. Tabletop. Hands underneath your shoulders. Knees underneath your hips. Do some cat-cows here. You have controllers, drop them and spread your fingers out wide. Get that good foundation in through your hands. So inhale, cow, dropping the hips, raising the head. And then exhale, cat, puffing the upper back. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Coming back to neutral, tabletop. We'll do a plantar stretch here. So just stretching our feet. You can just bring your knees together. And then just send the hips back to the heels. Kind of sitting on your feet with your toes tucked in. Feeling a bit of a stretch in the top part of your foot. Toes. One more inhale. Exhale, come back to tabletop. Planting your hands and spreading your fingers out wide. Tuck your toes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Get those hips up and back, pushing the mat away. Raise that tailbone up high. And then bringing your chest a little closer towards your thighs. Letting those ankles drop down to the mat. Keep taking those deep inhales. Heavy exhales. Inhale, right foot up for three-legged dog. Exhale, step forward, low lunge. Keeping that hand in between keeping your foot in between your hands. And then easy twist here, peeling the right arm up to the sky. Feeling a stretch in your calf and your back leg. And a twist here in our chest. And then exhale, release down, low lunge. And then drop that back knee down for some half splits. Don't worry about straightening your leg too much here. You can keep your knee bent. You want your stomach touching your leg. As you inhale, have your toes pointing up to the sky. And then exhale, folding over the front leg. Feel that deep hamstring stretch. You can slide your right hip back for a little more of a stretch. Just doing whatever feels comfortable for your body this morning. And coming back to low lunge, we'll lift the back knee. Take a deep breath in here. And if you want a little bit more spice in your practice this morning, you can choose to stay up here in low lunge, or you can drop your back knee for crescent lunge, and then sweep the arms up, and then bring the arms down for half angel wings. You're squeezing the shoulder blades together, bringing your elbows together. I'm just going to take a couple breaths here. You can tilt back a little bit. And then coming back to a low lunge. Take a deep breath in. Planting your hands and stepping back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot up for three-legged dog. Exhale, stepping it forward, low lunge. You can lower that back knee down if you like, or keep it up for easy twist. Peeling your left hand up high to the sky. Each exhale, twisting a little more. And then exhale, release. Left hand down. Feel like you can drop your back knee here. And we're coming into half Hanuman or half splits. Toes pointing up to the sky. Bringing the hips back. Straightening your back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, folding over the front leg. Your knee can be bent a little or a lot. Try and keep that contact with your belly and your thigh. And coming back to low lunge. And lift the back knee. Modification here, if you like, you can drop your knee for a crescent, half angel, or keep it up. And we're gonna sweep our arms up high. And then exhale, bringing our elbows down. Squeezing our shoulder blades together. Pushing the hips forward. And exhale, low lunge. And pushing through your hands and drop your controllers here. Spread your fingers out wide. Stepping back to down dog. Inhale, coming forward to plank. Exhale, slowly lowering down to our bellies. We'll do a forearm plank. Walk your arms forward. Inhale, lift your hips up. Get that core activated. Maybe feeling a little bit of a shake here. Try and keep those hips high. One more breath in. And exhale, lower back down. You can tuck your toes, get your hands underneath your shoulders, preparing for down dog. Inhale, exhale, coming up, sending the hips up and back for down dog. You can bend your knees and gaze forward, and then step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale here, halfway lift, straightening your back. And then exhale, folding over your front legs. And inhale, we're gonna come up to chair pose, legs together, sinking the hips low and sweeping the arms up. Get your weight in your heels. Maybe sit a little more deeper. Then exhale, hands to prayer. If this is a little too spicy for you, you can choose to lower down your back leg for a crescent lunge. But if you want a little more, you can choose to stay here in chair pose as we go into revolved chair. Taking our left tricep to our outer thigh, pushing our palms together. Each exhale, maybe try and twist a little more, keeping that weight back in the heels. And release. Forward fold. Couple breaths here. Maybe sway from side to side. Then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot back for a low lunge. And then we're going to do pyramid pose. So step that back foot up a little bit and shorten your stance. And then halfway lift your torso forward. Inhale. Exhale, bowing down over the front leg. Again, this is the same idea. It's okay if your knee is bent here. You can have your stomach touching your thigh a little bit, that's fine. If it is touching, then you can focus on straightening out that leg. We'll take a few breaths here. Feeling that stretch in your hamstring. And release, low lunge, stepping that back foot back a bit. And then dropping the knee for crescent lunge. Sweep the arms up overhead. And then from here, we'll do one-legged camel. You can put your hands on your butt. Drawing the right shoulder back. You can look up as you bring your hips forward. And your neck and your head back. If you want a little more, you can choose to drop the back arm, maybe touch a heel or a yoga block. And slowly raising back up, using your core to bring you up. And then reach both arms up high, crescent lunge. One last big breath in. Exhale, hands to hearts. And then revolve crescent here. Twisting to the right. Left tricep to outer thigh. And then release, low lunge. And inhale, coming into star, toes pointing to the long edge of your mat. And sweep your arms up high. And then from here, wide-legged fold, hinging forward from the hips, coming down. Letting the upper body hang. Spilling the torso forward. We'll take a few breaths here. Gosh, my knee cracked so loud. I hope you didn't hear that. Facing the front of our mat. Coming back to low lunge. Gaze forward here. Exhale, step forward. Forward fold. Coming into chair pose, bend the knees. Inhale, sweeping the arms up high. And then exhale, hands to heart. Doing revolved chair on this side. Again, if you like, you can choose to drop that back leg for revolved crescent. Otherwise, you can stay here in chair. Exhale. Right arm, right tricep connecting to outer left thigh. Each breath out, deepening the twist a little bit more. And release. Forward fold. You can sway here if that feels good. Take a few well-deserved breaths. And then exhale, we're going to step our right foot back, low lunge, and setting up for pyramid pose. You can bring the back leg up a little bit. If you like, widen your stance. Halfway lift the torso forward. And then exhale, folding over the front leg. Maybe your knee is bent a little or a lot. We'll take a few breaths here. And coming out of the fold, stepping the back foot back a bit more for low lunge. Coming into crescent lunge, placing the back knee down, and then sweep the arm up. And doing one-legged camel on this side. You can bring your hands to your butt. Feel like you have them in back pockets. And then exhale, just bringing the hips forward. Bringing the chest back, bringing the neck back. Not doing anything too crazy here, just a little bit of a back bend. And using our core, rising up. Lifting up the back knee. Taking a breath in here. Oh yeah, we're dropping the back knee, coming into crescent lunge, just sweep the arms up high. And this is where we do a revolved crescent on this side. So bringing your hands to heart center. Exhale, bringing the right arm, right tricep to outer left thigh. Low lunge. Back knee lifts. Then coming into star pose on this side. Toes pointing the long edge of your mat. Sweeping your arms up high. And bringing your hands to your hips. This is where we fold from. Hinging forward for wide-legged forward fold. I'm taking a few breaths here. Letting that upper body be heavy. And low lunge. You can kind of crawl your hands over to the front of the mat. A deep breath in here. Stepping forward. Exhale. Forward fold. And then separate your feet wide, hooking your fingers around your big toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bowing over the legs. And use your hands to pull yourself a little bit closer. We'll stay here for a few breaths. And release, slowly coming up to stand, Tadasana. And balancing on our right leg here for knee lifted, raising the left knee up. You can grab hold of it, wrapping your left hand around it. And if you like, you can bring your right hand to your hip. Trying to find one point of focus here as we balance. And you might fall out of it, and that's okay. Coming back to Tadasana, and then slowly beginning again. Keeping the crown high. If you notice yourself slouching a little bit forward, straighten back up again. And if you want a little more challenge today, you can choose to grab hold of that knee and then pulling it out towards the side. If you really want to work on your balance, you can choose to try and look to the right. Maybe extending your arm out. You find that balance in VR is quite a bit harder. It's almost like doing it with your eyes closed. And then release, Tadasana. And shake it out, good job. And we'll do the other side. Rooting down through our left foot. Keep all those toes in, grip hard in your mat. And then bringing the right knee up. Grabbing hold. Melt your shoulders down, but raise your chest up. Be tall. Getting that point of focus. And if you want a little more challenge, you can choose to open that right knee out to the right. Maybe take your gaze to the left. Maybe put your arm out to the left. Few more breaths, almost there. Maybe raise up that knee a little higher. And release down. Tadasana. Shake it out. Good job. And circle sweep arms to sky. Softening your knees, spill forward, forward fold. Inhale and lift halfway. Exhale, planting our palms and then stepping back to downward facing dog. Big breaths. And coming down to easy seat. It's time for a little bit of abs. I know you guys are ready. We're gonna do some boat pose. Putting your legs out in front of you. And you can choose to float your legs above the mat. Kind of keeping your shins parallel to the mat. And then raising your chest up. Keep right in that chest. Keep it forward. We try and keep it together. This is a little too much for you. You can choose to drop your knees and then just sit up like this. This can still be a bit of a workout. And if you want more of a workout, you can choose to straighten your legs and try to form more of a V shape with your legs. And then exhale, coming down to half boat. Just keeping your shoulders floating above and your legs above, feeling the shake in our core. Keep those steady breaths. And then inhale, coming back up to boat. And release the easy seats. Take a few well-deserved breaths here as we prepare for our second round of boat pose. Whenever you're ready, coming back into boat pose, lifting the legs up, try and get those shins parallel to the mat, brighten the chest, just bring it all in together. Really activate your core here. Almost feel like you're bringing your stomach in towards your spine. And exhale, half boat. Letting it get shaky here. And then you mindful of your core strength. We're going to come back up the half boat and then relax to easy seat. Ugh. Let's get that breath back. You found it escaped you. Take the time to focus on it again. And then we'll do a twist. So lay your left leg out long. And then bring your right knee in. And then taking your right arm, the twist here, you can grab hold of your right knee with your arm. If you want, you can put the elbow on this side like this if you want more of a twist. Whatever feels good for you here. Keeping your hips facing the short edge of your mat, so you want them square with your mat, but letting your shoulders rotate for an upper body twist. And release, coming back to center. We're going to do a counter twist here, so just bowing your head to the left. That might feel really good to kind of get in that counter action. And coming back to center. And planting both feet on the ground. We'll do it on the other side. Right leg out long. And pulling that left knee into your chest. And if you like, you can either hug your arm into your left leg, or you can choose to take your elbow to push yourself a little bit more. Sitting up nice and tall here. And each exhale, twisting. Left shoulder pulling back. One more big inhale. One more big exhale. Maybe go a little farther. And then release. Do our counter twist, bringing both hands over to the right side. Coming back to center. Bringing the knees back up, feet to the mat. Coming into reverse tabletop, walk your hands behind you. Do not hold your controllers here. Keep your fingers pointing towards your heels. And then exhale. Bringing the hips up. Knees over ankles and shoulders over hands. Try and raise up those hips a little more. And then release down. Laying all the way down onto your back as you bring both knees into your chest to give yourself a really big hug. Squeeze it in, maybe rock back and forth. Tell yourself you did such a good job today. Incredible work. So we take our final last big inhale. And then exhale, coming into Savasana, corpse pose, laying the legs out long, resting the arms out to the sides. Whatever might be on your mind, just try and acknowledge those thoughts and then let them go as we come to stillness. Becoming aware of yourself again. Maybe you can wiggle your fingers and your toes or just take another big morning stretch. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. Namaste.